So, Formula One, the Monza Grand Prix 2025. Um, yeah, like obviously, it's a crazy, crazy race, a dramatic race in the Dutch Grand Prix last time, and now we go to Monza, where it's obviously the home of Ferrari. It's gonna be a home race for Kim Antonelli, and it's obviously the home race of Ferrari. There's so many Ferrari fans. Ferrari had an absolute disaster class in the last race in the Dutch Grand Prix. Hamilton crashing into the wall. Charles Leclerc getting absolutely clattered by Kim Antonelli, but except that I don't think he had Leclerc didn't have a wonderful race, didn't he? Ferrari, it was overall a terrible day for Ferrari. Um, and on top of that, Lewis Hamilton is going to receive a five-place grid penalty for Monza. Now, can Ferrari bounce back? Obviously, it's track that they won last year. Yes, they were a bit lucky because McLaren absolutely effed it up with the strategy, etc. But can Ferrari win? Because they always look very strong in Monza. Even in the season where Red Bull won every single race except one, which was in Singapore, which was 2023. They looked more good in Monza. They got the Sainz got pole, and they were Sainz was even in good contention to win the race. With the 20 laps to go, but then I think Verstappen overtook him and it was over after that. So yeah, I think Ferrari can challenge McLaren for the win. Will they win? I don't think they have the pace of to McLaren to win it. But I think they're going to change McLaren. They're going to challenge McLaren. I'm pretty sure. Charles Leclerc, I think he will challenge them. I don't think Lewis Hamilton because Lewis Hamilton has a five-place grid penalty. Even if he gets pulled, he will start from sixth. So that's going to be difficult. But I think Ferrari could challenge McLaren for the win. I don't expect anything special from Red Bull because it's a track that they are usually not that strong. Mercedes, I don't expect anything special from them. Maybe Antonelli because it's a home race, or maybe he can do something. But yeah, I expect a huge fight between Ferrari. Not a huge fight, but I expect a fight for the victory between the Ferrari and McLaren. Um, and obviously Oscar Piastri is doing a great job. He's in an amazing form of his life. Winning another race in the Dutch Grand Prix, and he was very good. Yes, he got a bit fortunate with the what happened to Lando, but he was very good, and when the safety cars came in, he was still able to keep Lando behind. The gap was not far away; it was like 1 second, but he was, I think Oscar most of the time he had it under control, and it was a very good performance from him, and he deserved to win, yes, he got a bit lucky with the what happened to Lando, and obviously, getting Paul and Zandvoort was crucial. Because obviously the difference was between him and Lando was very minimal. Was very close. It was like 0.012 seconds in the qualifying, which decided Paul. So yeah, but he had a very good race, very good performance, and he extends his lead with 34 points because not only he won, because obviously Lando had a DNF, an unfortunate DNF, and a DNF he cannot control, a mechanical failure in Monza, in Netherlands. Um, I feel like I think the gap 34 points is too much. I think for Lando. Um, I think if he listen, if Lando, obviously, I don't think I think the championship could still be decided in Abu Dhabi. But for Lando's side, does he want that? I think he wants to win. I don't think he just wants only for the title to be decided in Abu Dhabi. He wants to win it. So for Lando to win it, he's gonna have to win 7 remaining races and avoid the DNF because let's not forget he had 2 DNFs. He had the DNF in Canada, and he had the DNF in Netherlands. So mountains are there to be climbed. We've seen comebacks happen in the past because I remember it's 1976. James Hunt was like 35 points behind Niki Lauda, and James Hunt come back and won it. Yes, of course, it was because of Niki Lauda having an injury, etc. But this is something James Hunt couldn't control. He had to take advantage of it, and he took it. And Niki Lauda came back from the last race, and he got 0 points. I remember Sebastian Vettel it was like 44 points behind Alonso with 9 races to go. Came back and won it. I remember Lewis Hamilton 2014. He was 30 points behind Rosberg. Came back and won it. So mountains are there to be climbed, but at the same time, and like Andrea Stella said, we might even see a better version of Lando because he's going to be in mode like okay, I have to win now. I have to win every single race. I can't f up, and I can't not f it up, but yeah, he cannot f it up. He cannot have another DNF. He's gonna have to win every single race because every race for Lando is gonna feel like a cup final. It's now or never. It's gonna feel like a cup final. He's gonna have to win every single race, and get a bit lucky from a bit of a luck from his rival getting a mechanical DNF or a crash or something like that. I don't wish an Oscar getting a crash, but he'll hope something like that from what happened to Oscar. And Oscar, he's not had many DNFs. He's not had mechanical failures. I think the last time he had a DNF was 2023. Was like I think USA 2023, which is crazy. I mean, that's an incredible record for Oscar. So he's not had mechanical DNFs. He's not had many DNFs. He does not had many unfortunate DNFs where a crash or something like that. You know, so London's gonna have to rely on a bit of luck. Obviously, not winning a lot of races, but he's gonna have to rely on a bit of luck on Oscar not getting points. But who knows? Maybe Oscar could get a mechanical DNF. Maybe he could get a DNF. I don't know in Monza or in Singapore or whatever. So let's see what happens. But every race is gonna feel like a cup final from now on till the end of the season for Lando. He's gonna have to win every single race. He's gonna have to turn into prime Max Verstappen. So I don't think he was even terrible in Zandvoort. Yes, Oscar was better than him, that's for sure. But he was not far away from the victory. He was not far away from the victory. He lost the pole position by the tiniest of margins. He was good. He had a good performance. He was not better than Oscar, but he had a good performance, and he was not far away from the victory. And he got screwed over by something he cannot control. So, yeah, every race is going to feel like a cup final for Lando now. It's going to feel like a cup final. He's going to have to win every single race. And, like I said, obviously, can Lando go in a 5-race winning streak? Can he win 5 races in a row? Can he win 6 races in a row? Obviously, most of the season he's been saying, I heard, I think from the start of the season, saying that he, at some point in the middle of the season, he's gonna have to think about the championship, right? He's gonna have to think about the championship. But now I'm not thinking about the championship. I think that was before China, right? And that was second race of the season. But now this is the time to do it, Lando. Now is the time to think about the championship. He has to think about, not like think about the championship and say like, oh, I don't want to DNF because if I do it, I've F it up. Because let's not forget, Lando has nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose. He's 34 points behind Oscar Piastri. He has nothing to lose. The guy here who has something to lose is Oscar Piastri. He's leading the championship over 34 points. And if Oscar loses the championship by 34 points, it would be embarrassing. Let's not forget, it would be embarrassing if Oscar, throws away a 34-point lead over his teammate. Yes, if he doesn't have a mechanical failure, then I wouldn't call it embarrassing. But if he throws away a 34-point lead by mistakes or etc. or something, by Lando doing better than him or whatever, it would be embarrassing for Oscar. It would be embarrassing. So Lando has nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose. He can just go for it. He can just chill out and, go race by race where no pressure, no thinking about the championships. Just do your own thing, and let's see what happens. So, but every race is gonna feel like a cup final for Lando. It's gonna feel, and he has to win in Monza this week. This week he has to win, because if he loses the race, if Oscar wins, it could be like 41, 44 points. That's even more, and that's not what Lando wants. He has to win. He has to win this weekend. Whatever happens to Oscar, whether he gets a DNF or whatever, Lando has to win the races this weekend. He has to win. Otherwise, the championship, like I said, is nearest impossible, because we don't know. Like, I think, can Lando bounce back in Monza? Will that DNF he had in Zandvoort affect him? Maybe yes, maybe not. But he had a DNF in Canada and he responded and he won 3 of the last 4 races, 3 of the next 4 races. And he had a pole position in Belgium, which is the only race he didn't win of those 4 races. But the reasons why he didn't win was because he had a battery issue, which was the reason why Piastri overtook him. And by the way, I've heard people in social media mentioning that Lando has had too many issues in his car, chassis, which I heard from the Zandvoort. He had problems in Australia, problems in Austria power issues, deployment issues, etc. Brake issue, whereas Oscar has not had many issues in his car. People obviously like to make conspiracy theories nowadays, but I don't buy this conspiracy theory because it's unlucky. It's unfortunate. I remember Lewis Hamilton. He won many championships for Mercedes, but there was a season where he had so many mechanical DNFs and problems in his car, and Nicky Rosberg didn't have much. So, it can happen. But does that mean back then Mercedes favored Rosberg back then and not Hamilton? No, it doesn't mean that. So yeah, but but let's not forget. I think Oscar once had a battery issue. I think that was in Belgium sprint, but that was a sprint. It's not a Grand Prix race, so maybe you don't count that. So, but let's see what happens. I just as mostly a mostly neutral F1 fan. I hope this title battle is gonna go to the Abu Dhabi, to the Abu Dhabi. It's gonna go to the Abu Dhabi. So yeah, and yes, obviously Lando fans will say it's not over. It's not over until the checker flag comes out in Abu Dhabi. But at the same time, when I look at Oscar Piastri's career, even listen, Lando could still win like lots of races from now until the end of the season. But at the same time, when I look at Oscar Piastri's record, the last time he had DNF was USA 2023 was and the last time he had a mechanical failure was the first race in his career, in his life, in Formula One. So when I see that record, I'm like, is it possible? Even if Lando wins like lots of races from now to the season, is it possible that he's still gonna win the championship? Because Oscar is the clear favorite right now. The gap is clear favorite. But even if Lando wins a couple of races, is it good enough? Is it gonna be enough? Because Oscar Piastri rarely suffers a DNF, suffers a DNF. So let's see what happens. But yeah, obviously, and you look at the other teams. Williams obviously they look good in Zandvoort. They had Albon got some fantastic points. I expect Williams. I expect them to be up there with the best of the rest in Monza. Avicup looked fantastically good in Zandvoort, and obviously Hadjar had that fantastic podium. Haas, they had a good performance also in Zandvoort with Ollie Behrman from the pit lane to finishing P6. Very good performance for him, for Ollie Behrman. Aston Martin double points finish. Good performances they continue two good performances in Hungary and Zandvoort. Kick Sauber, not the best one from them last race. Let's see how they bounce back. Alpine, not so special from the last race. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, my prediction, pole position, I'm going for, I think Charles Leclerc will get pole position, and the guy who's going to win the race, I think the guy who's going to win the race, first position, Lando Norris. Second position, I think Lando's going to win. I think so. I think he's going to bounce back. Second position, I'll go for Oscar Piastri, and third position, I'm going for Charles Leclerc. That's my predictions. Thank you, guys. I wish you have a very good day, and see you next time. Goodbye.